We spoke to the cast of The Last Frontier on Apple TV Plus. Check out our conversation with the great Alfre Woodard. I binged my way through this series
Oh, you
and
saw all of it?
I saw all of it.
It's
I,
slamming, right?
I
It's
couldn't stop. It's ridiculous. And I wasn't sure what to expect because I saw the trailer and I thought, oh, is it Con Air meets The Fugitive?
uh-huh.
But it isn't. It's something completely different. And I was hooked. Um, this is such a pleasure speaking to you because I'm such a big fan. And let me get into it. In Introduce us to your character because Deputy Director Bradford, like all in all TV shows about frontiers and frontier stories, there's always this recurring tension between law, justice, morality, and the ambiguity of all of those things. Where does Deputy Director Bradford fit into this picture?
She fits into a space that people either forget about or they don't know about or they neglect. And that is in that gray area that decides what is correct and and it changes. If it's static, you really can't make decisions, good decisions, business wise, personally, or politically. And that's the dodgy place. And so that intrigued me, and especially figuring out how to play that.
I'm curious when you take on a character like this, or actually, when anyone takes on any character who has a significant amount of power and also operates within the shadows, how does that? Do you have to find some relatability with that character to be able to pull it off?
I don't. I would say most of the characters I've ever played, all of them, maybe except two, I have no relatability to them at all, and that's why I choose them. Because uh, when you think about how billions of people have been born, nobody has the same fingerprints. So if you're telling a story about somebody, that person is, you have to find what is specific about them that makes them different even from their friends who, if you say, the things that they like, how they look, it's still, you're still talking about 3 or 4 million people. So what I am tasked to do is to bring that person to life from their very beginning, from their schooling all the way up. That's what I have to know in my head to be able to say the words and flesh out that character, bring them, turn them from a character into a human being. And so hopefully you don't see any of my preferences, my ideas. It'll be all Jacque Bradford.
So wait,
There's
is
not
that
Andy
still
that could do that kind of job
right?
or even
Right.
think that way.
Is that still the challenge, though, in finding the truth in any specific character?
Oh,
In
yes.
working, yeah,
Oh, yes. And especially for somebody like me, you see, I got my hands flying, and I'm a bit of a bohemian and a rogue and all of that. I really love to laugh inappropriately and all that. And that just doesn't fly for Jacqueline Bradford. So mainly what I have to do to find her is to a different energy, a different set of what I think is even funny. And I especially because I have to constantly be, she is the head of sort of uh, clandestine operations. I wouldn't say clandestine, but not covert
yeah.
operations. And so she's got to be steady, steely, and she's got to not play her hand ever. Even with the people that she sends into the field, the agents that she has trained to do this work. There's a lot of international intrigue and
Yeah.
espionage that's going on. At the same time, you've got these bucolic scenes in Fairbanks, Alaska, and then when the plane crashes, it's a JPAC plane. So it let loose the ones that survive two types of societal people, those who have done horrible things in the lower 48, and those who are living in pristine land
Yeah.
and having the kind of utopian life in terms of community that we don't get to have down here because we're too busy and full of guns. Oh, did I say that?
Well, yeah, no, you're not wrong. And
Yeah,
and
but
and what's
they've got
crazy,
guns, but they use them well.
and what's crazy is every time, and I don't know if it's the same with you, but every time I come across fiction that is set in Alaska, whether it's Michael Chabon's Yiddish Policeman's Union or your show, I am inexplicably drawn to this place. I have never been to Alaska, but there is something wild and wondrous and mythical about that
It
place.
is. It is.
And I think the show kind of captures it from throwaway lines to what lubricant they're using in their guns to it's just everything was new and it felt like an
Right.
education, which was great.
Right. I mean, there'll probably be a big tourist swell from around the world into Alaska now. So
Right.
you're welcome, Alaska.
Tell me this, looking back at your filmography, from Clemency to Luke Cage to now Last Frontier, and even before that, is there a kind of through line on the kind of roles that you are drawn to, or do you try to look for something? Because Mariah is so different from
Oh,
any other character you've played. Oh my God, I love
I,
Mariah. But
I
yeah,
do too. I hated to lose her. But I, the through line is the writing. I don't go to work if it's not on the page. And you know it gets lifted off and it gets influenced by the director, the designers, the everybody on the crew, the castmates, certainly the actors. But this one read like this. And I always insist on pages still. I can't read on a screen. It's like if it's turning on the page, or if your heart starts to palpitate while you're reading, then you're hooked. I don't go to
yeah,
work unless that's happening.
absolutely. I'm all out of time. I didn't see the Zoom chat window. I was so engrossed. But thank you so much for yours and congratulations on the show. And before I let you go, next year, 30 years of Star Trek First Contact, one of my favorite movies of all time. So
Whoa.
I hope we get to speak at some point
Oh,
for that
we'll
one. But
make
yes,
sure of that.
congratulations.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Bye bye. The Last Frontier is now streaming on Apple TV Plus. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Sound off in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.